House of the Dragon timeline spans multiple decades. Between the event of Episode 1 and Episode 10, around 20 years have passed, and that's not including the flashback to the Great Council in the season premiere. But on the bright side, Season 2 plays out in real time right before our eyes, whilst both Team Green and Team Black ready their troops and prepare for war. House Targaryen is a dynasty, after all, and we're racing through the years on screen, so you'll be forgiven if you're a little confused. If you're struggling to keep track of the time jumps and recastings, don't worry. We've gone through every episode of the show to outline which year they take place in, as well as identifying when the main Game of Thrones series takes place for some additional context. The timeline in the show differs a little from the timeline in George R.R. Martin's book, Fire and Blood, below. We've outlined the events as they go down in the HBO TV show. Each year is denoted by AC, which stands for After Conquest, in reference to when Aegon Targaryen conquered the continent of Westeros. So, 101 AC means 101 years after Aegon took hold of the continent. BC means before Conquest. 101 AC. After both of King Jaehaerys' sons die, a great council is held to decide which his grandchildren should be his new heir. The two candidates are Viserys, Paddy Considine, and Rhaenys Eve Bess, the two oldest children of his two sons, Baelon and Aemon. We see these events in a flashback during Episode 1. 110 AC. 9 years later, the events of Season 1, Episode 1 really get going. After his wife Emma and their newborn son Ballion die, Viserys names his 15-year-old daughter Rhaenyra Millie Alcock as his heir. 111 AC. In Season 1, Episode 2, 6 months have passed since Episode 1. Viserys announces his decision to marry Alicent Hightower, Emily Carey, the daughter of the Hand of the King Rhys Ifans and Rhaenyra's close friend. Daemon Targaryen Matt Smith and Corlys Velaryon Steve Desant go to war to defend the Stepstones against the Triarchy from Essos. 114 AC. In Season 1, Episode 3, 3 years have passed since Episode 2. The war in the Stepstones against the Triarchy has been waging for 3 years, and Viserys and Alicent have 2 children, a son, Aegon, who is 2, and Helaena, an infant daughter. A few months pass between Episode 3 and Episode 4, while Episode 5 follows on straight afterward. 124 AC. In Season 1, Episodes 6 and 7, 10 years have passed. Rhaenyra and Alicent are now adults, and their actors have been recast to reflect this. Emma Darcy replaces Alcock as Rhaenyra, and Olivia Cook replaces Carey as Alicent. Rhaenyra has 3 sons, Jacaerys, Lucerys, and Joffrey, and Alicent's children, Aegon, Helaena, and Aemond, are now adolescents. 130 AC. In Season 1, Episode 8, Rhaenys says it's been 6 years since she last saw Corlys as he is away fighting in the Stepstones, so at least 6 years have passed since Episode 7. Jacaerys, Lucerys, Aegon, Helaena, and Aemon are now much older, and their actors have been recast. After marrying at the end of Episode 7, Rhaenyra and Daemon now have 2 infant children of their own, Aegon, yes, another one, and Viserys. Episodes 9 and 10 follow directly on from Episode 8. Season 2, Episode 1 picks up just days after the events of the Season 1 finale. We know this as Daemon says Rhaenyra has been missing for 7 days since her son Lucerys' death, and has been patrolling the skies looking for his body. Unlike the first season, the rest of Season 2 pretty much plays out in real time, with no time jumps or sudden changes. Every day counts as both Team Green and Black are preparing for war. As battle breaks out in Season 3, we expect there to be little time jumping there, too. When does Game of Thrones take place? 280 AC. Robert Baratheon is proclaimed King of the Seven Kingdoms, and Lord Eddard Stark's child Robb is born. Jon Snow, Eddard's bastard, is also birth point 298 AC. The events of Game of Thrones begin, kick-started by